in Abia State. Why? Because it will take hard for an ordinary person to say that Nnenna has no blood relationship with Alex Oti. I remember I had a case. I had a case in a particular high court. The judge of that court, mere seeing the charge sheet, says that one of the respondents or defendants in this case is known to her, just known to her, is a friend of her husband. Because of that, she declined to continue with the matter. Of course, I'm a friend to the husband. I did not even know that the matter was before her. She declined and asked the registrar, the chief judge or registrar, to reassign the case to another judge. Be as it may, anything they say Nnenna did will be justified to ordinary person on the street, being that she has a name synonymous with one of the candidates and who later emerged as the winner. If Nnenna were very sincere to herself, she would have declined to accept the car gift that was given to her after the election. Bribe and incentives can be given before or after that. It may be something that if somebody, it can come as a promise. In fact, the majority of the bribes come as a promise. If you do this, I will do that for you. But if I look at what happened really, there were paddings of result. There are evidences of it. I think that certain paddings that happened, especially that of Obi, was done when it was realized that paddings were going on in other areas and they were accepted. Even when the challenges were made, the same Nnenna who refused certain paddings in some areas accepted certain paddings in other areas. And that made certain people to believe that she was compromised. Me, I do not believe she was compromised. But if we go by evidences of what happened, though not proved yet, it appears that somehow she was compromised.
All right, the governor of the state, Okezie Victor Ikpeazu, PhD, also pointed out that this will be another example of inducement. And it was not too long after the election that she received the SUV Prado, latest model, and not just about the Prado, also a cash gift which she accepted. She believes that that is also an inducement.
I know very well that a lot of people expected any candidate that Okezie brought to fail. A lot of people were ready to work, and they worked assiduously, did a lot of things to make sure that Okezie does not produce a successor. It is also possible that those who gave the SUV Prado and those who gave cash did that out of the enthusiasm, out of love, appreciation that finally Okezie was not able to get a successor. But wait, the danger in it is that when you appreciate Professor Nnenna, with such an SUV car and cash, it portends that you are appreciating her for an extra job she did, not an honest job she did as an INEC returning officer. Because the same INEC, the INEC returning officer that returned P2B in Abi, and the P2B won landslidely in Abi.
Nothing happened.
And every Igbo man wanted the P2B to win. And the returning officer, if it is the job of the returning officers to make them win, finally, P2B won in Abi. There was no atom of appreciation or gift given to him, even when we would have been happier if no Igbo man will have been happier if after P2B have been declared as president. It does not matter whether every other governor or Igbo man lost. So I think that it was dangerous for the person who made the appreciation to Nnenna, and it was also dangerous for Nnenna to have accepted it. That may not have been the only appreciations given to her. Many others. In fact, before the election, there was no the expectations on P2B, the support for P2B was not in any way compared with the support given for Oti. During the election, nobody even knew that Oti was contesting until P2B won. So, I think that it was dangerous for her to have accepted that.
All right, from what you said, are you accepting one of the statements credited to Okezie that the failure of PDP in Abia for now is as a result of internal sabotage?
While I agree there was internal sabotage, I also agree that Okezie himself did not do what he ought to do. He entrusted in his enemies more than his friends. He brushed aside men he had in the party, men of valor, men who have experience of electioneering, and he chose to listen to small boys, people with no experience at all, people I may describe as a political nincompoops. He relied and they trusted in them. And by the time they came to become, he saw that those people knew nothing. They were only interested in the money he was giving to them. And by the grace of God, like I told him one day, said, this thing is not mock exam. I wish it were mock. If it is pronounced, it is pronounced. And when it was pronounced, it was pronounced. We saw that all the people he entrusted never knew what to do. Those who knew what to do were not allowed to come close. Those whom he empowered, made to be people, all sabotaged him. So I think sabotage was part of it. Him also have a level of blame.
Don't you also think that the Obi wave contributed immensely to this?
I do not agree. Yes. Obi wave never. Even while the Obi wave was going, Abaribe won.
Yes.
In Abga. Did Obi, even in Obingwa, didn't he go to his point man? The man he entrusted, I have not seen in politics before. He made him his chief decider of what will happen. The people I call the I4. The I4 he introduced, were there anywhere in politics? Was Obi LP? Did LP win in all the
No.
local governments? Did they win all the houses in Abia State House of Assembly? So when you say it is the OB wave, no. The PDP did not plan well. They did not plan to win. Therefore, they failed to plan. So I do earnestly disagree with him if he says that it is the OP wave that contributed to. In Imo State, is a LP, the ruling party there.
No.
Were they not to be wave in Imo State? It is because we did not sit down. I'm a PDP person. We did not sit down to plan. Those who we plan were not allowed to come to close. It is those who we eat that came close. And my brother, they ate and lost.
All right, now that we're talking about the gift after the Guber election in Abia State, is the PDP doing anything to bring this woman to book, or maybe to clear the air, whether that was an ordinary gift of appreciation or whether it was a bribery?
I don't think anybody can prove that.
Okay.
It's something somebody is suggesting. You are alleging. There was no proof. The man that gave it to him wasn't hiding. Bribes are not given in the public. It is given in the
in secret.
It's secret. So I do not think anybody can begin to go to court to say yes, because after doing a very beautiful job, and you saw the wave of jubilation that received the result. It may be part of the jubilation that moved the man to begin to appreciate the woman. The only thing I am saying, if it were me, it was too quick and too soon to have given the appreciation. It would have come later.
All right. Okezie Ikpeazu cancels outrageous fees in Abia State. The management of Abia State University, who through Ikpeazu, has reverted to the old school fees paid by students of the institution. Recall that the university had, according to pressure group, Mezie Abia, allegedly increased school fees from 120,000 to about 500,000. The group alleged that the increase was a design by Prof. Maxwell Onyemachi led institution to deny poor students their rights. Governor Okezie Ikpeazu, in his intervention, has ordered the immediate cancellation of the outrageous school fees regime introduced by the school management. It is obvious you are in this state, and also I know that you passed through Ikpeazu as well. And having been a party man, is it possible for a state university to increase the fees without the knowledge of the government?
That is part of the sabotage we are talking about. You see, Governor Okezie Ikpeazu, I've never seen a man like him. I've never seen a man in governance like him. Very humble, very receptive, has a listening ear. The problem is that he surrounded himself with political job men. Those who want to tell him what he wants to hear. How can you make such an outrageous increment? It's because they want to give Okezie a bad name in order to further hang him. All the people that are saying Okezie did this, Okezie did that, were here when 2 administrations came in this area, from Ojozokan to T.George. They didn't say anything. We didn't witness the kind of development we have seen in Abia under Okezie Ikpeazu. Under a tenor I will call one tenor. Because the first tenor, they were all there when he was being dragged from one court to the other. then you want to say that Okezie increase that thing in order to make Oti fair, so that they will bring the head of Oti and the head of Okezie to knock together, and then they will find it a way to go to Oti and say, did I not tell you this Okezie did it so that you cannot succeed? Okezie wants Oti to succeed. All of us want Oti to succeed. If he wins and is sworn in, the moment he's sworn in, all our loyalty, we go to him, because we can't have two governors at the same time. Okezie has no intention to make Oti fair, because if Oti fails, Abia is failing.
Okay, finally on this, how would you react to the governor's, the incumbent governor's statement when he asked all Abians and PDP, even those who failed the election, he congratulated Oti and also advised that nobody should take Oti to court? And are you, as a member of the PDP, having held several offices in the state, do you think that that statement goes well with the PDP as a party?
Well, Okezie Ikpeazu is himself. The party is the party. The party refused what he said and went to court. They are in court now. Because party is not a person, it's not an individual. If the APC people, if the Labour Party people who lost went to court, then the PDP people who lost also deserve to go to court. If I were all of them, the moment the leader, Okezie Ikpeazu, said, hey, let's give Oti a chance. Let's see whether he can move further from where I stopped. I cannot encourage anybody to let him suffer the way I suffered. That kept Abia the way Abia, you feel Abia is. That made him not to, achieve all that he desired to achieve for Abia. Let's give him a breathing space. If members of the party say, no, we will go to court against PDP, then PDP has a right to say, no, we will also go to court against LP. It is the court that will determine. But as for me, I will want everybody to give Oti every encouragement to achieve his ultimate goal. Igbo man, Ngwa man to Lulu say, Aba on the his Wendachi. Lama will love all Wendachi. If we say let's drag Oti to court, in the end, we did not remove him. All the days he will have wasted, because I do not know any contract that will invest his money to a sitting governor whom you are not sure will survive the court case. They will wait until the court matter ends. So as far as I'm concerned, if we are satisfied that Oti has won, give him chance to display what he has for Abians. I support Okezie Ikpeazu for that.
All right, that is if we are satisfied. Those who go to court may not be satisfied. Our wonderful viewers, we are going to go on a very short break. When we come back, the issues of the moment will continue. Don't go away. Keep watching your darling station. We'll be back.
When With deep sense of loss but gratitude to God, we announce the burial of an erudite scholar, disciplinarian, well-grounded academic cum administrator, a man who treasured brotherhood and friendship, who was a pillar of support to all, a doting father and loving husband, the immediate past Vice Chancellor, Abia State University, Uturu, and PDP gubernatorial candidate in the 2023 general elections, late distinguished Professor Eliezer Uchenna Ikonne, who died following a brief illness. Funeral arrangements: Monday, April 24, 2023, 4 p.m. Commendation service cum sing-song by CGS Ehimiri, Council of Knights and Ladies, Umuahia Diocese, Association of Ungwa Knights and Ladies, Umuahia, and the Christian Men's Fellowship, World Bank Archdeaconry. Venue: Professor Ikonne's residence, Umuahia. Tuesday, 25th of April, 11 a.m. Colloquium and Day of Tributes. Venue: Michael Okpara Auditorium, Umuahia. Wednesday, April 26, 10 a.m. Special valedictory Senate session at Abia State University, Uturu. 4 p.m. Sing-song by the Nigerian Optometric Association. Friday, 28th of April, 10 a.m. Commendation service at St. Andrew's Anglican Church, Aburuke Nsulu. Interment follows thereafter at Bethel House, Aburuke Nsulu in Isialangwa North LGA. Sunday, April 30, 10 a.m. Thanksgiving service at St. Andrew's Anglican Church, Aburuke, Okam Motabia. You lived a very simple and selfless life, consistently serving God and humanity. We truly miss you. May your sweet soul find repose in the bosom of our Lord Jesus Christ. Amen. Rest on, Prof. Signed,
Dr. Chikezo Ikonne for the family.
Wonderful viewers, you're welcome back. I am glad you're still there watching your favorite station. We are still on the matter issues of the moment, and continuing, we're talking about the Ikpeazu who cancelled our strangers' fees in Abia State University, Uturu, and that's exactly where we are now. And sorry, St. Moses Ogbonna, you say we should always forget about and leave the saint alone. Yeah, St. Moses Ogbonna. Now, talking about these 120,000 to 500,000, which the governor has reversed, what do you think is will be the outcome of this to the masses?
Assuming it was left at 500,000, I doubt even if myself, whose son is there, would have paid. We are still coming out from the Emefiele syndrome, and we are still in the quagmire of outrageous inflation. Any right-thinking person who want to increase fees from 100 to 500, and you know this is a state university. It is a university that the state can boast of, using it to train those little ones who are unable to go to bigger private universities, where the indigent persons can be able to train themselves. We're even praying if the university can be funded as such that Abians could have a scholarship. Each of these universities have departments that can fund the university, if properly taken care of. The engineering department, I've not seen anything that is fabricated by Abia State University. Their researches, I have not seen what they use it for. You want to fund the university relying on the school fees paid by the students. When you have departments, you can commercialize. Use it to earn income. There are donor agencies that you can use that will donate money and fund. You can make appeal to Abians too, who have money from their social responsibilities. They can fund our hospitals, the university hospital. They can fund the departments, donate monies. And they have, what do they call them, chair or something in this school. I've not seen them move towards that. What we want to do is to increase fees. And you want to increase it now, Okezie is going out. You didn't wait for Oti to come in and see what Oti will do. See what Oti will do for you. You want to use it to use the head of Oti and the Okezie to knock together. Whoever made that proposition hates appearance. I thought what they should do is to meet Okezie or wait when Oti comes in. They meet him. Only see, this is the level we are. This is what we have been suffering. How do you intend to move us further? Oti is a man, a technocrat, a man with a magic wand. He will say, okay, Okezie has tried. Or he will choose to condemn him and say, this is what we will do. Then you want to unilaterally increase fees to such an outrageous level. Who in Abia will support you? And everybody will say it is Okezie Ikpeazu.
All right. Complying with the Ikpeazu's directive, the ABSU issued a statement telling students to continue paying their old school fees, that is the 120, until further notice.
That is what should be done.
Now, looking at it, don't you think that they intend to increase it even after now?
That will be the government that comes in. We now look at their programs. When I look at Oti'S manifesto, I do not see a manifesto with an evil face.
Okay.
The same way Okezie's manifesto is not to punish Abians. It's a manifesto we look at. Look at the incoming manifesto. Look at the outgoing manifesto and see where there is a shortcomings. What has not been done. Then we go ahead and fill the gap. I think that the university needs to wait a bit when His Excellency Alex Oti, OFR, is sworn in. They will meet him. He has a team that knows what to do. Some of the team men have in the university. They will now sit back and they advise him on what to do so that Abia State University will move forward without necessarily punishing Abia students or parents.
All right, recently some concerned Abians have lamented over Okezie Ikpeazu's infrastructural media undercoverage. If you look at the radios and commentaries, you hear a lot of people talking about Okezie not doing so well and so on. But some Abians who had gone around the state came up to say that it is the fault of the media personnel of Okezie Ikpeazu who have not been up and doing in publishing all the works that Okezie did in Abia State.
I came back from Lagos on Thursday from my pilgrimage as son of God. After the election, I went there to thank God, to the mountains, to thank God. The GIGM man, driver, they used to be called pilots. ground pilot with another man. When we got to Owerri, they launched into attack against Rochas and those of them. The moment we were coming into Abia, hey, they said, Okezie never did anything. And I hate that language. Okezie never did anything. Say, have you been to Abia? When did you come to Abia last? Say, yeah, about 4 years ago or 3 years ago. That Okezie has not done anything. The Imo man supported him. That's okay. We're coming into Abia. The moment we landed, we crossed him. The man says, if the road is like this, we will reach Aba. I said, the road is better, it's going to be better than you saw in Imo. The moment he landed Osisioma, said, is this Aba? When we crossed Osisioma into Aba, he said, I said, that is it. People who are condemning Okezie are people who have not been here one. Or you are here, you hate him. Or hate his people. These same people condemning Okezie were here when Ojo Kalo governed for 8 years. His achievement was to have ocean liners, have aircraft about 7 or 8, had newspapers and all whatnot, living Abia the way Abia is. They were there when T.O.G. came in. In fact, during T.O.G., there was no one road, single road, yes, done in Aba. It took us to wear a boot. It took me to be taken to prison. When Okezie came in, he started as if Aba were created new. And they did all the roads he did without any media man. What I call Okezie's media men are WhatsApp media practitioners, WhatsApp Broadcasting Corporation. They were using WhatsApp with a handset to cover a whole government. And when you come with your television, they will push you aside. Even I beg them to allow my correspondent to come into government house, become one of the government house correspondents. They refused because of envy. T.B. Joshua, my master, used to say that it is the good in you that is the cause of envy. So they had no means of publicizing what Okezie Ikpeazu did. The only thing they can achieve is when they lure the man into going to channels or AIT or Arise. And you know that those people will publish you according to what you have, the millions you have paid. And once they do it once, that is it. Those of us who have television here and radio here, who will publicize Okezie every day? No, nobody even recognized us. That was why it appeared nobody knew what Okezie did. We even applied to do a documentary or send the documentaries you have done to us so that we will publicize you. For where? Nobody came. Nobody is interested because they fear you will be getting some. I remember when the G5 governors came to Abia. Living TV were there. The ADCs, do you know what they told me? If I come in, won't I be paid? Channels was there. AIT was there. I lost my drone at Osisioma when Osisioma was Osisioma bypass was being commissioned. Nobody said sorry to me, but the channels were there.
Okay, that's it. Now, talking about this infrastructural development in Abia State, And then a lot of people also, among the concerned citizens who are praising him for what he did in Abia, there are also majority of them who said he depended so much on road constructions and so on without paying salaries. How do you react to this?
I do not know, because payment of salaries has been an issue, and payment of pensioners has been an issue. Okezie has been on television and radio several times without any of these people who claim they are old calling him on phone saying, I am working at so place. This is how much you are owing. Because Okezie Ikpeazu will come on television and radio to say, I am not owing. The people that say I am owing them are in parastatals and these other outfits that are supposed to generate the money they should use to pay their staff. All I need to do is to give subvention. And I have given the subvention. Let's take Abia Poly, for instance. It was alleged that the director, is it director? You call him?
Director.
Was living in a hotel.
Yeah.
Paying huge salaries. Paying huge bills. When he has a quarter where he should live.
Well furnished.
It was also alleged that they have hundreds of security men manning 2 gates.
One now, even. The other one is closed.
They used to employ their brothers, their sisters, whether qualified or not. And you want the state government to come and pay them salaries. You have lecturers who are not qualified, who are not supposed even to be lecturers. And you want a state government to pay them. One came to my office this morning to tell me that is in Nnenna. There's one
Nnenna.
federal
something
there.
National Institute for Nigerian Languages.
He said his own. I said, go and bring petition. Write it down. That one self, even the houseboy, is in overseas. The son is in overseas. And he's earning salary in Nigeria. Promoted to the highest point. And when you come, you blame Buhari, who brought the institute. Yeah. When you know what is happening, you won't say it. You are blaming the government. Those who want to live should look at the environment and they criticize.
Before we go, talking about Abia Poly, then are you sure, or rather speaking for Okezie Victor Ikpeazu, the governor of the state, that the subventions as I went due were paid in Abia Poly?
Okezie says so, and none of them have challenged him.
But sometime
because I am not there
by the NBT, who de-accredited the college.
Yes, for not payment
for non-payment of salaries.
Not payment of subventions. I am telling you that they salaried these people that were supposed to be paid. The income of do you know polytechnics are supposed to make their money?
Yes.
They are not even supposed to have subvention. Do you know the equipment in Abia State Polytechnic? Equipment that has not been touched, rusting away. Equipment donated by some donor agencies that are supposed to be used to teach the students, so that the students, do you know they are supposed to build keke? They're supposed to build vehicles. The equipments are there. They can't even transmit with the license given to them by NBC. They can't even transmit outside the college. Their transmission station is not even working.
Well,
look at Ordinary Living Television Film Academy. We have transmission. We have radio. We have television. Owned by a private individual who picks what money from the ground. A whole institution. Instead of you to blame the people there, you want to blame Okezie Ikpeazu. I won't blame him.
But he appoints them.
He appoints them.
Good. Then what stops him from removing those who are not capable?
When he's not removing them, don't worry. A train is coming.
Okay, that's it.
Oti is coming. What Okezie cannot do, Oti will do it. And we have a lot of expectations on Oti.
Exactly. All right, well, we've talked about this a lot. It's not just about Abia Poly. There are other institutions, the teaching hospital, and so many of them, the hospital management.
All the people at the teaching hospitals are consultants in their own.
Yes,
they have catchers, catchers, ocho passenger, ocho aya.
Medical
ocho aya. The moment you arrive there, they say, "What? Don't go there, you will die. Go to so person." They say, "I will call him for you." When they call, say, "The man is coming, go keep my 10%." The man, they will go there. And how do you expect such a hospital to survive?
Well, before now, we know that there have been other governments like that of Oti'S or Carlo, TOJ, and so on. And these people were up and doing in terms of subventions. And so that is it. But before we go today, I want you, as an Abia man, an indigenous Abia man who has been on ground also, what are our expectations from the governor-elect?
I pity him. I pity him.
Why?
Because the expectation is so high. The same people that run Okezie now are gradually creeping in there. I am very happy. He made one statement. He said he told them that he has no stakeholder. He has no stakeholder. Okezie was working with people he thought
are his man.
I'm going to give one huge warning advice. With due respect, it's a warning to the governor-elect. It is the same warning that God gave to Lot and the wife when they were leaving Sodom and Gomorrah. He said, "Run this race, so don't look back." Your Excellency, if you choose to look back, what you will end up like where is this Imo man? Is it Ihedio? Who was busy knocking at God, destroying everything Rochas
built,
and never had anything in to his credit. My advice to Oti is that everybody expects him to be a miracle man. Let him prove it by moving forward. Don't look back. If St. Moses comes to you to tell you Professor Chinedu Madiele was busy criticizing you, send me away. Send me away. I have nothing to offer. I am your enemy. I want you to begin to focus your attention on Professor Chinedu Madiele without looking at Abia and what Abians need. If you want to survive Abia State, forget about their songs. Forget about their advice. Look at the people you have assembled as your, what did they call them?
The transition.
Whatever they say you should do, do it. But remember again, the Bible says, when you are being advised.
Yes, do not lack your own wisdom.
Thank you very much.
All right, our wonderful viewers, this is the much we are going to take today. But before we go, St. Moses, in wrapping it all what is your final take on all our discussions today?
Okay, so you have tried. If anybody is praising you, take the praises. If anybody is condemning you, take the condemnation. After all, Christ was condemned and nailed to cross. You did what your ability tells you to do. Governor-elect, you are coming. You will try. We will give you the enablement. If anybody is coming to praise you for what you know you have not done well, don't take it. They want to divert your attention. If anybody is criticizing you, advising you on what you know he has proved you have not done well, reason, take it and correct it.
A wonderful viewers, that's the match we are going to take today. I want to thank you so much for being part of this wonderful program, Issues of the Moment. Remember, tomorrow, Nigeria Today will also come your way. But before then, there are other programs of the Living Television that will be coming to you after now. Keep watching Living TV. And my guest today had been the CEO of the Living Television and the Living TV Film Academy, St. Moses Ubunna. Thank you for being part of the program today.
Thank you very much.
This is your anchor man, Chinedum Adiele, signing off. Keep watching Living TV.
Allow me to enjoy myself. Allow me, oh.